Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. It's been a lot of rain here lately. I don't know if you've seen in the news, but we've had some massive flooding, like the worst in 10 or 15 years. But no flooding here on top of the hill. All right, so how do I want to say this? You know, you find the old classic car, the little Honda mini bike, or, something just really cool, low miles, and you call it the barn find. We're going to call this one the climate-controlled building where you can eat off the floor find. I have a very unique truck and trailer for sale. And pristine condition, like crazy. When my driver got there to pick this up, he said he called and, which some of this stuff we buy sight unseen based off of pictures. And some people's pictures are good and some are he called me, said, Dylan, I feel like I just stepped into a time capsule. He said, this thing is just wow. So 2006 model Haulmark Motorhome on the Freightliner Coronado chassis. Detroit 60 power under the hood, auto shift transmission, and 29,000 original miles. Garage kept, climate controlled garage, heated and cooled, mint condition. Twin 70-gallon fuel tanks. I love the big exposed tanks under the doors. That just, the Coronado was a cool looking truck for Freightliner. I feel like one of the better looking ones that they made with the big hood. Comes Pugger. So twin 70-gallon fuel tanks, again, Detroit 60 power, no emissions, no DEF. 06 model, 14-liter, 515 horsepower engine with an auto shift transmission. I've got to verify. I think it's a 12 or 13 speed. So I'll have that in the listing. 2 slides, one here on the driver's side, one that comes out the back of the coach. It is a rear bedroom, has a queen bed in the back. New Michelins all the way around it. We just put them on. So brand new Michelins, literally just the drive from the tire shop here on them. Matching Haulmark stacker, 28-foot. Also a one owner, was purchased by the same gentleman at the same time. New Goodyears on the trailer. Alcoa aluminum wheels on the trailer. We've had Bad Chad and his brother John up here with us. Keeping the shine going. Not moonshine, don't be getting that thought. We're talking about chrome and stainless. ChaseCoach.com for all the photos. I probably took 300 pictures of this combo. We will split them. I'd rather sell it as a package, but if you're a buyer on the motorhome, let's do it. And then same way on the trailer. If you'd rather just have the trailer, it's a 28-foot Haulmark Pro Line stacker with the interior lift. I think the lift's 15, 16 foot long, and we'll look at that. We'll look at the interior of the trailer here in just a little bit. It's got heat and AC, as you can see there on the front of it. But the coach and trailer has been, quote-unquote, married since new. I think the trailer's an 05. I need to verify. I know the coach is an 06, but I'll verify the trailer. I think it's an 05. They were bought together brand new, one owner, 29,911 original miles. The right chassis, the right engine, the right drivetrain, stored inside since new, and new Michelins too. We just done a full service. So when we do a full service, it's engine oil, filters, air dryer cartridge, greased the drive line, inspected everything. So this one is tip-top shape and ready to go. All right, hang around just a moment. I want to pop the hood. I want to show you how clean underneath the hood. Normally on these Detroit 60s, when they have, I'm going to say 50, 60, 70, I've had some in here with, 100,000 miles plus that were motorhomes. The sticker that like shows the engine displacement and stuff up on the valve cover will be like brown, just where the motor's just been ran, I'm not going to say ran hot, but just it's been hot, you know, and just from normal use. I want to show you how clean the decal is on the valve cover, and this has not been replaced. This is all original. All right, thank you for watching, and just a friendly reminder, if you're not a subscriber of our channel, please hit the subscribe button. We would love to have you as part of the journey. And in buying and selling, we take trades and all the above. ChaseCoach.com for all the photos. Hit that subscribe button. Hang around. I'll be right back. All right, got everything opened up. Ready to show you in the storage bays. Again, they're just as clean as the rest of the coach. Big storage here on the right front. It is carpet lined, which was, you know, the kind of the going thing back then. It looks really nice and clean. Next one up is a little outdoor entertainment center. So it's got a built-in Sony TV with speakers, and then a Sony single den little stereo system there. It also has the outdoor cooler on the sliding tray, so you just pull this handle. So this is a cooler that you've probably seen in a lot of our videos. It works without ice, so it's electric. Kind of just works just like a cooler or a fridge in your house. So you turn it on, you do not need ice, and you can set the temp to chill your beverage of choice or freeze T-bone steaks in it. So you can do freezer, turn it into basically like a little mini deep freeze, or just a beverage cooler. Next one up is storage. I'm not sure what the black things are. I think they're tire covers to keep like the sunlight off the tires and keep your wheels clean. I'm going to verify, but they go with it. I think that's what they are. 10,000 watt own-in diesel generator with a measly 713 hours on it. It isn't that crazy. Take, 06 model, 713 original hours on the generator. 10,000 watt own-in diesel. Back here, 40,000 pound hitch. Now, currently it's got the 2 5/16 ball with a really cool, like little welded in 2-inch receiver down there. So we have the other hitches. I've got pintle hitches. I've got mini fifth wheels. Of course, it's got the 2 5/16 in it now with a built-in 2-inch. So that covers a couple of them. I've got 3-inch receivers, pintle hitch, you name it, we got it. Has the glad hand fittings for your air brake or air ride trailer. Again, 40,000 pound hitch. It also has the 50 amp outlet back here. So that's actually how I'm powering the trailer. Of course, we could make you like a little short jumper. I've just used like a 20-foot cord or whatever that I had laying around to temporarily get the photos, but we can make you a little jumper cord that you could literally have connected going down the road. Has an outside water spigot. So you can see how clean even all the lights and everything are in it. Start with the tongue of the trailer. It does have a hydraulic jack on the front, so hydraulic, like a single leg landing gear on the front for disconnecting it. It is the Haulmark Proline series, and you can see it's got one of the barred, I think they're either a 2 or 2.5 ton AC unit up on the front. That's the real deal. It's not a mini split. Over here, big side entry door, 58 inches wide, I think 70 inches tall. It's got the aluminum diamond plate little step that flips down when you open it, and then like a deal on the door here where you can put your aerosol cans. It's got a little place there for a couple rolls of paper towels. Let me give you a little sneak peek of the inside of the trailer. I mean, again, this thing is nice as the coach. 16-foot Gemini lift in it. I've got to tell you something interesting too. We talked about the tires, new Goodyears, polished Alcoa wheels. Stacker trailers really confuse people. And here's what I'm going to share with you. And some of you may think this is funny. Some of you may get it. Some of you may not. But I get calls all the time. And it'd be like, hey, ma'am, can I put 2 Jeeps in that? Like, stack them. I'm like, well, I mean, I wasn't great at math in school, but I'm doing the math on the height of 2 Jeeps. And I mean, legal DOT limit on the outside of this trailer is 13.5 foot tall. That's including the axles, the wheels, everything. From the ground, 13.5 to the top. That's the legal DOT limit. So I'm sitting there just doing quick math in my head, and I'm like, well, I mean, are both of these Jeeps like have the roll cage chopped off of them, or, you know, give me some more details. Maybe there's something I'm missing. No, man, just like 2 4-door Jeeps. Man, some people just kill me. Anyway, so I have to explain that no, sir, you have 138 inches in this particular trailer from the gray rubber coin floor to the ceiling. The interior ceiling's 138 inches. However, you have a lift that's 4 1/4 inches thick. So the thickness of that white lift, says Gemini on that label, is 4 1/4. So you take 138 minus 4 1/4. So let's say it's roughly 134 inches. If you put the lift dead center in the middle, then that means you have 60-something inches on top and bottom. 67, I think, 68 inches on top and bottom. That's like, you know, I mean, a little over 5 foot. I've never seen a Jeep with a roll cage that was 5 foot, but maybe they do make them. So anyways, I'm not picking on people. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm just, you know, I mean, sometimes the questions we get on occasion, this is not every day, but it's just like, wow. Anyway, so you have 138 inches of interior height. Now, you could put 2 Corvettes, 2 Ford Mustangs, 2 Lamborghinis, a Lamborghini with maybe a Jeep on the bottom. I mean, something like that will work. The loft up in the top is 6 foot deep and 58 inches high. Now, the loft doesn't move. The loft is set where it's at. So it's got 6 foot of depth and 58 inches of height. And there are 2 little ramps that bridge it. So you can, you know, drive something on the lift, raise it up. You could pull a couple scooters up there, a motorcycle, maybe a golf cart if you could get a golf cart turned sideways on it. All right, continuing on. I just had to share that with you. I thought some of you would think that's funny. Some of you may take offense to it. And if you do, I'm sorry. I had to share that. Back here on the left rear corner, we have another storage bay, automatic transfer switch. Looks like we have a 50 amp to a 30 and then a 110 adapter. Now, you can plug this into that adapter to like keep the batteries charged. You wouldn't want to like plug it in and turn the roof airs on. That's a no-no. But to maintain the batteries, it will work that way. Black and gray tanks, I'm going to say, by looking at them, I'm going to say 75 gallons a piece, give or take. Up here, we have new house batteries. So we just put in 2 of the Interstate 8D AGMs. So they're fully maintenance sealed. They're brand new. We just put them in. 12-volt disconnect switch. Onboard propane tank, and a big one. Let me see what the gallon is on that. It is, let's see here, 50-gallon propane tank. Huge. So that doesn't mean, you know, some people get it confused. A normal grill bottle is 20 pounds, which I think is, if I'm doing the math, I think what propane weighs is like 4 gallons of propane. So this here is like, you know, let's just say 10 or so grill bottles. A 50-gallon propane tank is massive. Next bay up from the propane is your chassis battery. So that's the ones that start this Detroit 60 up here under the hood. Holy cow. What I was telling you about, the whole, you heard me talking earlier. Look at the label on that. Look at this. Crazy clean. Like, yeah. Very, very, very nice. Great engine too. Ask your trucking buddies, they'll tell you. All right, back to the driver's side. I want to show you in the cab. We'll do passenger side of the cab. And then it's time for the interior. Again, same way here. Cab looks like, and you know, a 22 model with 2,000 miles. Like the Coronado. One thing too, look at those air gauges. The left one's right at 100, about the same on the right. This truck has been sitting here for 2 days and not lost air pressure. There we go. Backup camera, CB radio, Bigfoot automatic leveling. 29,911 on the clock. Let's have the cab cut out. Electric trailer brake controller. So if you're pulling a trailer with electric brakes, you've got that. Again, it's got an auto shift transmission. I'm going to verify if it's a 12 or 13 speed. I should have done that before the video, but I didn't. So I will find out and post that on the website. Again, over here, just as clean as the other side. Air ride seats, driver and passenger. Another view of the command center. Coronado. Good trucks. Very, very good truck. All right, what did we miss? We talked a little bit about the trailer. We'll probably skim through that one more time before the video. Again, 06 Haulmark motorhome. The motorhome's 43 foot 2 inches, by the way, from the front bumper to the hitch rails on the back. The trailer's 33 feet, so 43 and 33, 70, what is that, 76 ish, 76, 77 feet overall, bumper to bumper. The trailer's a 28-foot stacker with, about a 5-foot tongue, so it's about 33 feet overall. And I think that covers it. 2 roof airers up on the top. They work great. I'm zooming in here. It also has one of the HD satellites. You can see that kind of laying down there. So I'm going to open the slides up and run the awning out. So I want to show you what the awning looks like. I want to show you what the slides look like. And we'll get this one wrapped up. Thank you again. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. We the amount of airtime and views that we're getting is mind-blowing. So can't thank you enough. Stick around and we'll finish this one up. Again, chasecoach.com for all the photos and more information. Give me a call. Let's make a deal. All right, got the patio awning ran out and give you a little view of that. I'm going to say it's probably 16, 18 foot, maybe 20. Nice condition, provides super good shade to the patio area. I guess depending on how the sun's hitting it, right? Looks like it's just shading the side of the coach at the moment, but I thought you would think that's funny. This guy's talking about how much patio awning shade it gives, and there's literally no shadow on the ground. It's all on the side of the coach. Any questions on the trailer, let me know. I mean, it's aluminum beaver tail flap, rubber coin floor. Again, 28 feet in length, probably 2 foot of cabinets depth. So, like 26 feet of open floor space, 16-foot lift, 138-inch interior height, 96-inch wide doors. So that's from stainless post to stainless post. And I think it was 96 and maybe 106 from here to here. 5,000-pound super winch. There's another winch up in the cabinets for pulling a car in that's an 8,000-pound winch. So you can see the cabinets, some overhead cabinets, lower storage, and then like a toolbox drawer over there, set of drawers to your right, all aluminum, has the AC, nice lighting. My phone kind of makes it, well, there it is. I was fixing to say it makes it look yellow, but then it just changed to white, but it's more of a white light. Stainless on the bottom, white on the upper. 2 slides on the coach, so one that comes out the back and then one up here in the main living area. Everything works good on both of those. Big polished tanks by Bad Chad and his brother John. I love the look of the Coronado too. It's just a big hood truck. The headlights, like how they're set up. All right, it's interior time. So they did put the little rubber covers on the steps, which is nice. All right. I'll give you a little view. We did install a brand new TV. So that's a brand new Samsung TV. I think it's a 43-inch. Might be a 40, but big TV, brand new on a swivel mount. So you can see how the TV is kind of pulled out at an angle. Riding down the road, it'll ride flat against that wood housing behind it. So we'll start out mid-entry coach. Right front's going to be a jackknife sofa with a pull-out drawer below it. This table is removable, so I set it here just to show you. It's got the 2 little chrome legs that go down into the mounts there in the carpet. The carpet's in great condition, by the way, and I'm going to say it's been covered up most of its life. Very nice condition. Jackknife sofa, all leather furniture. So jackknife with storage under it. Across from it over here on the driver's side is another sofa. So this sofa easily seats 3 people, but it does pull out to like a queen size bed. So that makes a bed. This makes a bed. And then you have a bunk over the cab that you can also turn into a bed. Now, this is removable, okay? So if you don't plan on using this for a bed and you don't need it for storage, you can remove this center part and it makes it a walk-through cab. So when you get up from the driver's seat, you know, you have a lot easier access getting back here. Air ride driver and passenger seat. I know we kind of went through the cab earlier, but just wanted to show you how nice. I like the pleated ceiling there on it. I mean, even looking at just like the labels, I mean, look at that. Just everything. Again, when my driver got in it, he said, Dylan, this thing looks like it's been frozen time. New TV, does have Sony surround sound. This is the old Dish Network stuff that's probably kind of obsolete, which you could still use the satellite. But we would need to probably get you updated boxes if you want to do that. We're also installing Starlink Internet. So Starlink Internet, we mount the high-performance system up on top of the coach and gives you kind of like Wi-Fi to your coach to, you know, we can set it up to where it connects to the TV. You can download Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube. You can watch all that on from the Starlink, okay? So Starlink, we have the high performance kits in stock, and we can install that for you, no problem at all. Back here again, dinette seats 4 people, turns into a bed for 2 people. Table. One thing I want to point out, I don't know what happened to that. We're going to try to make that look a little better. There's a little crack in that. I don't think it's worthy of, you know, trying to replace, because obviously this matches all the countertops in the coach, but we're going to try to dress that up a little bit, but I wanted to point that out. Original manuals. So all the original manuals for the RV side, for the Freightliner chassis side, there's 2 sets of keys here. There's a set in the ignition. So all the cabinetry's in great condition, hinges, mounts. It's got day and night shades. So right now that's on the day shade, but you can pull this one down for total privacy and have night shades. Okay, so day and night shades throughout. So again, sleeping capacity, you know, 1 comfortably up there, 2 here, that's 3, 1 adult or 2 kids. So let's say 4 or 5, 2 in the master is up to 7, and then someone over here. So literally sleeps up to 8 people. You know, it's a lot of sleeping capacity. A nice kitchen area, double vanity, sink, 3-burner electric cooktop, convection microwave oven, and this is a hood, so it will pull, you know, the steam or whatever you're cooking and draft it outside. It does have a Magnum Energy inverter on it, which helps it'll run the TVs and some of the outlets throughout the coach without the generator being on. Has the 4-door fridge, literally still has part of the protective label on the controls. It doesn't say Dometic nor cold. So 4-door nor cold, great condition. It's on, it's cold, with an ice maker built in. So 2 freezer drawers on top, 2 fridge drawers on the bottom. Pretty decent amount of cabinets. Has one of the infinity mirror lights in the ceiling. Pantry area with one of the racks that slides out, adjustable shelving there. There's your AC control for up front. You can start the generator from in here. Has emergency generator start, which is basically linking the chassis batteries and the house batteries together, and then that's your slide control for the slide up here in the main living area. You can kind of see where the slide comes into. See the little indentation in the carpet. So the edge of this slide, it's an out and down. So when the slide goes out, it goes flush, but this edge would, you know, come in and set here, okay? What am I missing? Oh, I didn't tell you about this. It does have one of the cab privacy curtains that'll, you know, go around, and this side goes this way, and then this side goes this way, meets in the middle there. Let's check out the bathroom. Mid-bath, tiled floor in the bath, as you can see. So you have a pretty good size sink, vanity area there, medicine cabinet, mirror, nice lighting overhead, a nice size shower too. So this is like a little shower tub. It does have a little place you can sit, and while you're in there, has a skylight overhead. You can see the shower head, simple, clean, 1-piece fiberglass with the glass doors. So the glass door is 3 pieces. Those 2 are stationary on each side, and the glass door in the middle opens up. Again, another little view of the sink and cabinet above that. Has a washer and dryer combo that I'm going to say has never been used. And the reason for that is the manual is still in the bag and still in there, okay? So, splendid, made in Italy. That's when they were made in Italy back then. I don't think they are now, but back then they were. And don't think it's ever been used. So, by the looks of it, louvered door there, nice cabinet above. And then the bottom down here is where your breaker panel is. So you got your 120-volt panel on the left, your 12-volt fuses on the right, a couple nice drawers there to put your laundry detergent or stuff like that in. And then you have the potty room, okay? So real simple, the toilet there, some cabinets overhead. You have your own sink. I've seen some of these where, you take care of business and then you have to open the door and use that sink. And I'm kind of like, well, that's not real good. But anyway, so you do have a sink in here to wash your hands, get all cleaned up. Nice, simple. The coach does have central vac. I think it's under here. Yeah, so central vac, little Dirt Devil system. There's your port where you'll plug the attachment into. And I gotta make sure that's in here. I think it is. Queen bed in the master. So little nightstand with some drawers on this side. I like the mirrored headboard. I think that's cool. Cabinetry. Over here's all your controls. So you can see your light switches and your AC control. You can also start the generator from back here. Across from it, you have another Samsung TV. Your slide-out control for the bedrooms over here in the corner. All the cabinetry is in really good shape. Now, this slide goes backwards. So, when it comes in, it's going to hug up against the bed in travel mode. Cedar line closet back here. Look at that. It's like a little ironing board, I guess. But cedar line closet with a rod under there where you can hang some shirts and stuff. And then more closet space. Lots of closet space in this one. So kind of a little his and hers clothing area back here in the very back. And then you have 6 drawers. So like a little his and hers side on the drawers as well. Give you a good view. I like the wood wainscoting around the base of the wall. That's nice and clean. And this bedroom has pocket doors. And I think one of them is a mirror. So you take off the 2 little plastic safety straps. And yeah, so that one, that door goes halfway. You pop this one off. It comes in and meets it. And you literally have, which they will close all the way in the middle, but a mirror on one side and then just a wood door on the other. Sliding pocket doors. All right, what am I missing? I think we talked about that. 2 roof airs. Let's see here. What else? Generator with low hours, low miles on the truck. 4-door fridge, cooktop, convection microwave oven. Lots of sleeping room, but also just lots of setting room. If you don't need the sleeping capacity at all, having the dual opposing couches makes for a nice setting room. The dinette's in good shape. Let's see. I was looking for the hoses. We'll make sure that we have one of the hose kits for the central vac here for sure, if you're the buyer. So thanks again for watching. Hope you got some good information out of this. Let me know if you have any questions. We are ready to wheel and deal. Again, we'd rather sell it as a combo, but if the truck sells, we'll sell the trailer. If the trailer sells, we'll have the truck for sale. So Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. Remember, we take trades, we finance, and deliver nationwide. We're on the road somewhere all the time. Have a few different drivers here that safely deliver the product. We've been, I think, in 5 states this week alone. So appreciate you watching. Thanks for tuning in. ChaseCoach.com. Click on used or pre-owned. And until next time, have a great rest of the day. And we'll see you then.